All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have been waiting for is here. Ray Hillhouse and Stephen Gibson have the front row. Mark Dantuma and Mark Nelson on the second row. Kevin Reed, Harley Barletta start on the third row. Austin Habel, William Mann Jr. start on the fourth row. Wild Bill Percy and William Mann Sr. rounding out the top 10. Brian Oshinska in 11th and James Lee starts in 12th. 13th will be Topher Baltimore back in the car with Richie West in 14th. Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel starts in 15th. Albie Hewins in 16th. Gerald Thanos Poole starts 17th. Nick Marco in 18th. And John Schmidt rounding out the 19-car field here tonight. All the drivers getting stacked up on pit road, ready to go. Somebody back there doing a burnout. Here they go. They roll off pit road. One pace lap around, and then they go green. As we mentioned, tire wear going to be a huge, huge issue now. We've got a car not moving. This could be a problem. Well, Richie's trying to get somebody moving. That is the 42. The 43, excuse me, of James Lee is not rolling. I expect they're probably going to delay the start here. Everybody has gotten around and lined out. James got turned around a bit. Looked like he might have had some technical difficulties on the start here. Ray Hillhouse leads him around. Pace car is in for the first time ever. The BRR League takes the All-Star event to Motegi. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away. Already some guys getting side by side quick and early here. And trying to get three wide mid-pack. William Mann Jr. trying to shoot. Oh, we've got cars in the wall. Look like somebody got loose off turn 2. Caution is out. They're still wrecking. Wow, that was a big one. Looked like Harley Barletta was involved. William Mann Jr. involved. Let's see if we can see what happened. There's Harley on the... Oh, we had a... Looked like him and Mark Dantuma tried to occupy the same real estate. Just wasn't enough room. Take a look at this from a different angle and see... Harley tries to move up as Mark gets a little loose. William Mann Jr. has a hard lick. Mark Dantuma spins down to the infield. And they just kept wrecking. Mark Nelson gets a piece of it. Topher Baltimore sadly getting a piece of it. John Schmidt gets a piece of it. Stephen Gibson managed to take the lead before the caution comes out. Hillhouse now in second, and Wild Bill Percy up a bunch. Up 6 spots into third. Brian Oshinska up 7 spots into fourth. Looks like both drivers get through the field cleanly. Meanwhile, half the field or better is on pit road for repairs. It looks like Kevin Reed is crab walking that car to pit road. There are some messed up cars out there right now. Mark Nelson missing the entire front end of that car. I think Mark may have forgotten to check his fast repair. His car did not get immediately fixed. We'll see if he gets back out and fully repaired. A bit of a surprise to see an incident on lap 1. I kind of, or at least in 1 and 2, I was expecting a little chaos as the track gets skinnier going into turn 3. Topher Baltimore fully repaired, back out on track. See if we can get a quick word with Topher. Hey, Topher, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug. How's it going?
Hey, man, pretty good. Obviously not the way you wanted this All-Star event to start off, but, man, it is awesome to see you back in the field.
Thanks, man. It's the way I had expected it to start. So, you know, I'm meeting expectations right now.
I kind of figured it was one of those situations where you almost knew it was going to happen at some point tonight.
Oh, once? It's a good thing we have 3 fast repairs because I feel like I'm going to use them all.
Well, buddy, it is great to have you back out there getting ready to go green. Best of luck, and I hope you don't have to use your other fast repairs.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Topher Baltimore, great to see him back in the field. It's going to be an exciting one. They do have the 3 fast repairs tonight, but only 5 sets of total sets of tires. So, yeah, I would expect to see a little bit of chaos at different points tonight, as these guys are definitely going to be, if needed, using the body a little bit more than what you would expect normally. Stephen Gibson up front, Ray Hillhouse on the outside as they get set to go green again. Hayes' car is in. There's Barney, the flag man, holds him. Green flag is in the air, they're away. Gibson gets a good jump on the field this time, leads it into turn 1. Now the question is, do they make it through turn 2 clean this time? And look at this, William Mann Jr., who was caught up in that, is charging towards the front again. Oh, Dan Tuma a little loose. Topher is loose back behind. Nobody caught in it. Here we see Topher in the 9, gets loose mid-turn as he gets back on the throttle. Almost saves it, and then several cars have to avoid him here. Topher has towed to pit road. Hopefully he'll be able to get back out. A rough start for one of our admins and race control guys. Motegi, definitely a different kind of track. These guys are going to be struggling, but I have to say, William Mann Jr., though, seems to be the one driver not having any problems here tonight. He has charged through the field twice, going through turns 1 and 2. The question is going to be, is he eating up his tires in the process? Because he is just picking up spots left and right tonight. Bill Percy up in 3rd, Brian Oshinska in 4th. See if we can get a word with Brian. Hey, Brian, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, Doug, how you doing?
Hey, man, I am good. You're obviously doing great tonight. Some great wreck avoidance skills.
Yeah, I was going to say, it has nothing to do with the skills as a driver. I think it was a lot of luck. I don't know how I got through, that first wreck. I had to dodge 2 or 3, go in the middle there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it got a little bit close, but now you're back up in the top 5. Can you stay up there, and could you get the win tonight?
I don't know. This is, I've never raced here before, so it's a little... 1 and 2, I don't mind, but it's 3 and 4 that's pretty tricky. Plus, I got this Bill guy to keep my eye on, too, so that's another factor right there.
Bill is always a little bit somebody you always have to worry about.
Yep, I agree.
Honestly, you two guys making it up through the field was truly impressive through that caution, but man.
Yeah, I had to say that to him. I said, hey, Bill, our plan worked perfectly.
Well, you got to love it when a plan comes together, right?
Indeed, you got that right.
Well, man, good luck. It is great to see you up here at the front, and hopefully you get up into victory lane tonight, buddy.
Hey, thank you so much, Doug. Appreciate it.
Brian Oshinska in the 44 currently sits in 4th place after him and Bill Percy show some amazing wreck avoidance skills. Two guys that haven't had to avoid any chaos yet. Stephen Gibson, Ray Hillhouse, both of them started this race on the front row, and they've managed to hold on to it. Hillhouse running a new paint scheme tonight as well. A lot of drivers, because this is the Gen 6 car, a lot of drivers back in their old paint schemes or new paint schemes in some cases. Topher Baltimore is back out on track, several laps down, but he is out here. So hopefully he will get an opportunity to be waved back to the lead lap before long. As they stack back up for the restart, it is Stephen Gibson, Ray Hillhouse got the front row, Brian Oshinska and Wild Bill Percy on the second, Gerald Thanos Poole now up into 5th, Austin Abel in 6th, Mark Dantuma in 7th, John Schmidt up 11 spots into 8th, William Mann Jr. in 9th, and Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel back up into 10th place. Down through 3 and 4, everybody stacked back up, pulling back up close. Pace car is back in. Gibson in control of the restart. Here they come. Barney gets ready. Green is in the air. Off into turn 1. Gibson still holds the lead. Hillhouse about to have his hands full as Bill Percy looks underneath for 2nd place. Wild Bill on the move. Oh, holy cow. Austin Habel drifts it through turn 2. Hillhouse gets checked up a little bit. Gerald Thanos Poole now on the charge. Here comes Oshinska. And William Mann Jr. now up to 7th place. He restarted in 9th. Stephen Gibson opening up a big gap here early on Bill Percy. Hillhouse side by side with Oshinska. That's the battle for 5th. William Mann Jr. still marching. Harley Barletta, who took a hard lick in that first incident, now back into 11th place. Richie West up to 10th. John Schmidt up 5 spots. Nicole Creasel, a rough restart, has drifted back to 18th. Hillhouse back on the attack. He is underneath Austin Abel. I'm sorry, that was Gerald Poole for 4th. Gerald up 12 spots now into 5th. And William Mann Jr. now up into 6th. Jr. on a mission tonight. Down through 3 and 4, Junior looks underneath. Dantuma has a bit of a run on Oshinska. Stephen Gibson continuing to pull away. Bill Percy holds 2nd. Habel in 3rd. Hillhouse is closing in. William Mann Jr. battling Gerald Thanos Poole. That's the battle for 5th right now. Harley Barletta down on the bottom. He's on the move. Back up into 9th. Mark Nelson in the mix. Looks like a good driver to ride along with as he makes a move to the bottom. Riding along on his roof cam all through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, and you'll see just how much tighter 3 and 4 is. We'll go another lap around as he tries to close in on Harley Barletta. You can see the track is not as wide in 3 and 4, and a lot slower. Back on throttle off turn 4. Oh, a little blink out of Barletta as they go off into turn 1, the wider and faster turn. Oshinska up on the high side, a little feathering the throttle. Back on the gas, back down the back straightaway. Off into turn 3, the skinnier and the tighter of the ends of the track. Oshinska into the wall. Looks like the number 9 of Topher Baltimore has officially retired, sadly, as we get 3 wide mid-pack as Kevin Reed starts making moves. Harley Barletta on the inside. This is not a normal race. There is a trophy on the line for the winner of the All-Star event tonight. William Mann Jr. looking to make it 2 nights in a row as he's now up into 5th. Looks like some of the drivers starting to settle in. I am a bit heartbroken. Topher is officially retired from this race. I was hoping he'd get his laps back and go for the win. Harley Barletta, Mark Nelson come by Mark D'Antuma as they continue marching their way back toward the front. Nelson's got a fast car here tonight. Of course, if Topher Baltimore felt so inclined, he could always come up and join us in the booth. Bill Percy, Austin Habel, and Ray Hillhouse still nose to tail, 2nd through 4th. Stephen Gibson just ahead in 1st, but 2.5 seconds is the gap right now. Looks like these 3 have settled into a rhythm, not battling too much. Hey, good evening to Chris Oslin and Robert Wynn. Robert, how you doing? I have not talked to you in forever, buddy. William Mann Jr. continuing his charge. He is about 1.7 seconds back as he tries to close in on 4th place, Ray Hillhouse. Mark Nelson now up into 7th. Mark D'Antuma trying to make a move on Harley Barletta. Oh, we've got a touch. Thanos goes up the track, manages to hold on to it. Great save by Gerald. Gerald had that car way out of shape. I don't know how he managed to save that. Let's take a look at Thanos in that move. New Flaming Karma paint shop paint scheme here tonight. Looks like Kevin just got a run, got the nose in, and gave him a little bump. Ray Hillhouse has managed to get by Bill Percy and Austin Habel, now into 2nd. See how he did that? Because it looks like he managed to pull off both at the same time. Austin Abel had just sent it down underneath Bill Percy for second. Hillhouse saw the opportunity. Both drivers having to get out as they go side by side. Had to get out of the throttle and open the door for Hillhouse to make it 3 wide, make the power move into second place. But Hillhouse currently almost 5 seconds behind the leader. Stephen Gibson has just checked out here tonight. Kevin Reed now on the march. Kevin up into 6th place. William Mann Jr., Harley Barletta side by side. Harley now making his way up into 7th. Mark Dantuma lingering back behind him in 9th, and William Mann Sr. holding 10th place right now. Senior having a great run tonight. After the drift, Gerald Poole, whoa, he sends it deep into turn 3, maybe a little too hard, loses some momentum there. Now we talked about tire wear briefly in pre-race. The big issue is not the right front tire like you would normally see, but the right rear tire is what was getting worn a lot here in practice tonight. These guys slide the car a lot through turn 1 and 2. They do have to push it hard. The right front gets pushed hard in 3 and 4, but they're still, oh, caution. Looks like William Mann Sr. involved. As I was saying, you do have to push that right front a bit through 3 and 4, but most of this track, you're barely holding on to the back end, kicking around, even with this high downforce package. Let's see what happened with Senior. Oh, William Mann Sr. just gets a big push off turn 2, gets into the wall. Richie West almost catching it. I think Richie might have. Let's see if we can get a closer view on Richie and see if he got any damage out of this. Looks like Richie got a bit of the wall too. Does have significant right front damage. On a track like this, the aerodynamics are going to be extremely important. 24 laps into this, Stephen Gibson in the lead. All the drivers will be down pit road for fresh tires. They do have a couple extra sets of tires here tonight, extra repairs. It is an all-star event. They're going all out as Stephen Gibson leads the field to pit road. Twin Ring Motegi has definitely not disappointed here tonight. I'd like to see him put it on the regular schedule going forward. This would be a great points race. Everybody hits pit road. We're going to try and get a quick word with Ray Hillhouse after they get off pit road. Stephen Gibson is the first off. Hillhouse comes out in second. Austin Abel in third. Let's see if we can talk to Ray. Hey Ray, it's Doug. You got me?
Yo, what's up, Doug?
Hey man, the first part of this race has definitely been wild, but being up at the front has kept you out of trouble.
Yeah, that's been nice. That's been going according to plan, I'd say. Yeah.
I do have to say we saw Gibson really check out there. Obviously, you lost a little track position on that last restart. He was able to pull out, and you had a lot of ground to make up. On that long run, do you still have the speed to run him down, and are you going to do something different on this restart to stay with him or possibly jump to the lead?
Yeah, there at the end, I was starting to catch him a little bit. I don't know if he was saving a little bit or if he was actually running his tires off, but I was just trying to save my tires. I'll probably stick to that for now and see how the race plays out.
Well, I know we're seeing a lot of guys sliding around, especially off turn 2. It does look like the car is a bit loose at that end of the track.
Yeah, it's definitely loose. Trying to get all out of it, get everything out of it, and losing the right rear there.
Well, man, a great run so far. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Ray Hillhouse currently sits on the outside of the front row, but Stephen Gibson still in control of this race as they get ready for the restart. You heard him say it's not just loose off turn 2. It sounds like it's loose in off turn 4. The interesting part is the car is tight in the middle of turn 3. So on your way into turn 3 and through the middle, we've seen that push. But coming off turn 4, the car's still a bit loose. All right, here they go for the restart on lap 25. Pace car is in. Gibson in control. Green is in the air. They're firing it away. William Mann Jr. way to the high side, trying to pick up some spots on the restart. You can make a pass up top on the outside of everybody on the restart. We've got a car that got down to the apron, managed to hold on to it though. Looks like Nick Marco was trying to make something happen, got a little too low through 1 and 2. He's got that car gathered up now. Holy cow! Marco sends it too deep into 3, gets the outside wall. Barletta goes by. Oh, we've got a wreck in turn 4, caution. Looks like John Schmidt involved in this one. John just gets into the outside wall, same situation we saw out of Marco. And ends up collecting James Lee. Hey, good evening, Joe. How's it going? Joe Campbell here cheering on Gerald Thanos Poole and Albie Hewins. Albie currently running in 15th, Gerald in 11th. Gerald has been as high as 4th tonight. And let's see if we can get a word with our leader, Stephen Gibson. Hey, Stephen, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Doug.
Hey, for a bunch of guys who have never really ran this track, you have pretty much landed down on them.
Yeah, it took me a little bit of practice of finding out where that sweet spot was of the speed just for qualifying, but qualifying in the race is just completely different, just saving your tires and not just, you know, spinning them out coming out of 2 especially. That's where you got to save most of your tires. 3 and 4 is really tricky, but 1 and 2 is really where you got to be diligent on your stuff.
Well, your diligence has definitely paid off. Before that last caution, you had almost a 5-second lead on the field, and man, it's been a pretty dominant. You've got the restarts and everything figured out here.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for them when it comes to the restart because there's no, like, true restart zone here, so I have pretty much like a country mile to choose from, and I'm trying not to choose anything that's like ridiculous or anything, just keep it fair. But it does feel like I'm kind of getting a jump to these guys, and I don't know if maybe I should just hold off a little bit longer or what.
Well, man, so far so good. You and Hillhouse have been the 2 fastest out there and managed to stay out of trouble as well. Good luck, and it looks like you're about to have your hands full. A few guys have charged up to you.
Yeah, I see. I think that's Austin behind me. I got to be careful with him. He's a real missile around here on the track. So hopefully we can avoid him and get this dub.
All right, man. Good luck, buddy.
Yep. Thank you.
Stephen Gibson definitely excited and ready to go. Austin Habel is now out on the front row with him, moving Hillhouse back to 3rd, but that'll put Hillhouse starting on the inside this time. And right behind the leader. We'll have to pay attention and see if that pays off for him. Matthew here cheering on Mark Dantuma. Mark in that new paint scheme, and wisely, in a Chevy tonight. I have high hopes for Mark just being in a Chevy and not in the Ford tonight. His car might actually survive. And he did want me to repeatedly quote him as saying this is his special paint scheme for all the Ohio State Suckeyes fans. So there you have it, Mark. I'm not doing it no more. Gibson and Austin Abel have the front row on the restart. It'll be Ray Hillhouse, Mark Nelson on the second row, Bill Percy and William Mann Jr. on the third, Kevin Reed, Harley Barletta on the fourth row, Mark Dantuma and Richie West rounding out the top 10. Looks like Richie did go in and get the repairs needed on that car. Hey, huge shout out to Tom from Nobel Farms watching here tonight and cheering on Ray Hillhouse. Ray did tell me a special paint scheme for tonight, but he's usually in that Nobel Farms paint scheme. Hayes' car is in. Down the front straightaway, green flag is in the air. Gibson is away. And Austin Abel trying to force his way down to the bottom into second. He pulls it off. Hillhouse now in third, trying to fight back on the bottom. Meanwhile, William Mann Jr. making that power move on the high side. Off turn two, everybody holds it this time. Kevin Reed on the move again in the Finelli Ironworks car. Now up into 7th place, battling Wild Bill Percy. William Mann Jr. making that move on the high side again, trying to get by Ray Hillhouse now. Bill Percy trying to hold on to that top 5 position. Here comes Harley Barletta and Mark Dantuma. Both drivers started in the top 5 but caught up in that early incident. Hillhouse now to the bottom underneath Mark Nelson. William Mann Jr., meanwhile, on the high side is going to third. Remember, William Mann Jr. won the Truck Series All-Star event last night. Wants to make it 2 for 2 tonight. Stephen Gibson, meanwhile, has pulled away. Oh, we've got somebody in the wall again. Bill Percy gets knocked up into the wall. No caution. They keep going the right way. Let's see if we can see what happened to Wild Bill off turn 2. There's Bill on the high side. Kevin Reed looks underneath. Looks like it was on the next lap. They were side by side through turns 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, Bill on that high side. He was trying to keep Kevin Reed behind him. Even looked like he was trying to get some side draft. Then they go off into 1 and 2. Looks like Bill had a bobble. Gets back down to the inside. Oh, almost gets together with Kevin Reed there. Bill Percy has come to pit road. Hopefully this will show us what happened to Bill. He's got Harley Barletta and Mark Dantuma on the bumper. Oh, Bill gets loose through turns 2. Gets loose, comes down. don't think he got into Dan Tuma. Manages to save the car, get up to the wall, but lost a lot of momentum, and as mentioned, now on pit road. Stephen Gibson has a 1.5 second lead over second place Austin Habel. William Mann Jr. currently runs in third, Ray Hillhouse in fourth, Mark Nelson in fifth. Harley Barletta looking on the high side of Kevin Reed, that's for sixth. Off turn 4, he's got the run. Still side by side through 1 and 2. Wow, it got a little close there. Harley washes up the track. Kevin Reed gets by. Hey, good evening, Glenn. How's it going, man? Austin Habel at the moment able to pull away as Ray Hillhouse battles with William Mann Jr. Right behind them, Mark Nelson and Kevin Reed battling it out. This might be the best all-star race we have ever seen out of BRR, as it has been non-stop battling back and forth all the way around the track every lap. Harley tries to make a power move as they go off into 3. He's got to run under Nelson. Off turn 4, they drag race back down the front straightaway. Kevin Reed side by side with William Mann Jr. right in front. And you know what, Glenn? We're getting a lot of that here lately as well. I think it was still raining when I started tonight. I think you're getting what we started getting the other day. Finally got over to you in Mississippi. Barletta gets by now into 5th. William Mann Jr. in 6th. Mark Dantuma on the bottom. He's going to try and bring Mark Nelson through as they open that door, but that high line seems to be the fastest off turn 2, but not this time. Stephen Gibson still out front, 1.5 second lead, but Austin Habel starting to run him down. Does look like Austin's got a little left front damage on that car. Hillhouse, though, his car is fine. He's closing the gap. Kevin Reed now up into 4th. Hayes got to battle Harley Barletta again. Trying to shut the door before Dan Tuma can get through. But Dan Tuma's got the run off turn 2. Will it be enough as they go off towards turn 3? And Mark Dantuma is going to take the position. Opens the door. Mark Nelson's going to come through. Richie West now up into 9th. William Mann Sr. after the earlier incident has recovered to 10th. Albie Hewins now in 11th. Gerald Denos Poole in 12th. Brian Oshinska, after being in the top 5 earlier, sits back in 13th. James Lee has had terrible luck tonight from the moment they started. James has been having bad luck, but he is currently running in 14th, trying to make up ground. Nick Marco sits in 15th. Nicole Kriesel back in 16th. John Schmidt 17th. Wild Bill Percy back in 18th after the incident a few laps ago. Topher Baltimore out of the race, unfortunately. Everybody settling into single file racing for the moment. Looks like tire wear has started to show. Be interesting to see how these guys do now that they're on this longer run, knowing that the right rear tire is the one getting ate up. How much slipping and sliding are we going to see out of these drivers? Gerald Poole now underneath Albie Hewins. That's a battle for 11th. Gerald goes by and takes it. Joe saying he's getting rain in Vermont too. Y'all can keep it. We had enough. We'll send you everything that's left. Caution! James Lee involved. James having zero luck here tonight. Oh, he gets off. That's what we were just talking about. That right rear just being ate alive. He gets loose off into turn 3. And a hard hit into the outside wall. Stephen Gibson continues to lead. Expect everybody in. They can go from here. Last pitted on lap 24. They can all go from here on fuel, on tires. I would expect, unless we get another caution, that this could be the final stop of the night. Big wad of cars back there. Everybody settling in as they catch up to the pace car. Get ready to come down pit road. And here they come. Stephen Gibson leads them down. Looks like Bill Percy does stay out on track. He is going to get waved around back to the lead lap. Hillhouse has the advantage of having that first spot on pit road. Can he capitalize on it here? And it looks like Gibson's going to be off pit road first. Hillhouse back into fourth. And Richie West, right side tires only, now into second. Let's see if we can ask Richie about that move. That's a gutsy move. Hey, Richie, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
Hey, right sides only, I'm guessing.
You bet. Hey, it's the All-Star race, and yeah, what do I have to lose? Checkers or wreckers, baby. Trying to get that trophy.
Man, a great run so far. Obviously, you've been hanging out in the top 10. You did get a little bad luck there earlier, but man, if this strategy pays off, you might have just outsmarted all of them.
Yeah, we'll have to see. If I can hang on to it. I've been pretty good on tire wear, so like I said, it's a big gamble, but what the hell? It's the All-Star race.
Well, man, good luck. I really hope this one works out for you, buddy.
10-4. Thanks, brother.
Hey, good evening, JR. How's it been, bud? Haven't seen you around in a while. Richie West takes right sides only. A big gamble. He's the only driver that took 2 tires. A big gamble for a lot of track position. Curious to see how this will work out. Left side tires likely not taking a lot of wear here tonight. This could pay off, but we'll know very, very quickly. And he has to be very careful on the restart just to make sure he doesn't spin the tires. Stephen Gibson, Richie West will have the front row. Austin Habel, Ray Hillhouse will have the second row. Mark Nelson and Harley Barletta on the third. William Mann Jr., Kevin Reed have the fourth row. Gerald Thanos Poole and Albie Hewins both now into the top 10. Mark Dantuma appears to have had trouble on pit road. He slips back to 13th. Nicole Creasel also having some problems on pit road. She slips back to 14th. Nick Marco also on pit road for an extended period. Looks like it might have been for repairs. And James Lee on his way off pit road now. Out of turn 2, everybody stacking up, gets ready to go. Stephen Gibson looks like he is choosing that outside line for the restart. Here we go. Pace car is in. Could be the final restart. It'll be 20 to go at the line. Gibson fires. Green is in the air. Austin Habel tries to make a move straight up the middle here. Richie on the bottom, 2 tires only. They're 3 wide coming through 1 and 2. And whoa, what a run by Habel. Hillhouse loose off 2. We've got a couple wrecking back behind, no caution yet. Now we've got a caution. Oh, Richie West is somehow caught up in this. Mark Dantuma gets caught up in it. See if we can see what the heck happened here. Here's that 3 wide with Richie, and it looks like Richie gets caught in it behind. Let's see if it started here. There's Hillhouse, gets loose off turn 2. Off into 3. Oh, Harley Barletta comes down across Richie's nose. There's the big one that happened back behind. And let's see what happened with Bill Percy and Gerald Poole. Bill Percy down on the bottom. No, I stand corrected. That is not Gerald. That was the 41 of John Schmidt gets together with Bill. So a wild, wild situation. Half the field caught up in that incident. And half the field on pit road. Kevin Reed, Ray Hillhouse, Mark Nelson, William Mann Sr., William Mann Jr., Brian Oshinska, Harley Barletta. Richie West caught up in it. James Lee gets a great opportunity here. He gets one of his laps back. Let's see what happened to William Mann Jr. in this battle, or in this incident. The whole thing takes place right in front of him. Him and Kevin Reed nowhere to go. Albie Hewins sneaks through that. It did not look like Albie Hewins caught up in any of that. Gerald Poole also checks up right behind. No, Albie and Gerald both get trapped up top. Fortunately, all-star event, these drivers had extra fast repairs for this one. Mark Dantuma now up into third place. Hey, Mark, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you, buddy. What's up?
Hey, you had a little fun there, but it looks like you came to. It looked at first like you took some damage, but looking now, doesn't it? Seems like you avoided the chaos.
Yeah, somehow I snuck through there.
Well, now you got a ton of track position back up into third place. Can you make something happen here?
We're going to give it a shot, but that 0-0's been pretty strong all night.
He definitely has been. Have you been paying attention to the restarts? Can you take advantage? Because I know we've seen a lot of guys make some power moves on the restart here tonight.
I think that's going to be the best chance to make up a spot or two here, so I'm going to have to give it a shot.
Well, man, it's great to see you back in the Chevy. Obviously, that is benefiting you tremendously tonight.
Well, I had to do it to celebrate the Wolverines' victory over the Suckeyes.
Well, man, good luck, and hopefully you bring that Chevy to victory lane, and if you do, you know you'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah, I pretty much expect that.
Oh, good luck, Mark.
Thanks, Doug.
Mark Dantuma currently sits in third place. Nick Marco has managed to recover. He was caught up in a lot earlier tonight. He is now up into fourth place. Nick having a great run. Nicole Creasel is in the top 5. She had a rough restart the last time she had avoided the chaos and made her way into the top 5. Hopefully she gets it perfect this time. Would be awesome to see Nicole get her first league win here tonight. Joe? No, or Joey, not. There's been a few of those, yeah. It is William Mann Jr. after all. There have been a few man slams here tonight. But hey, you can catch the whole video on our YouTube channel later tonight and watch the excitement. This has been a big surprise how good we knew the race would be good tonight. Had no idea just how good racing at Motegi would be tonight. No, it definitely would not be. Pace car is in. Gibson leads him down again. He fires and green back in the air. It's 15 to go at the line. They're 3 wide back behind as they go off into turn 1. Mark Nelson on the bottom. William Mann Jr. goes 3 wide up top and he's picking them off. Out of turn 2, nobody reckoned this time. William Mann Jr. Kevin Reed hops up. He's going to come along to help. Junior shoots to 4th. What a move. Oh, we've got a car drifting through 3 and 4. Big wreck. It's Gerald Poole and Ray Hillhouse. Caution. Looks like Gerald got a bit loose. Let's back up the replay and see. Looks like a chain reaction. Nicole pushes up and gets a clip from Harley, and then chaos ensues behind. Bill Percy gets caught in it. He is towed to pit road. James Lee managing to stop and completely avoid it. Hillhouse heavy front end damage. He'll be coming in for repairs. And William Mann Jr. just keeps these power moves coming. Let's see if we can get a word with him. Hey, Junior, it's Doug. You got me?
Yeah, man, how's it going?
Man, I don't know how you're doing it. Every restart, you'd pick up just about every position.
Well, I take my male anatomy and throw it over my shoulder and just send the hell out of it. Because that's the only option I have here. These short runs are kind of where I can make up a lot. The long runs, I just fall apart. The rubber hates me. The car wants to die. So I gotta get it while the ambient's working and the engine doesn't want to kill itself.
Man, it has been wild seeing some of the moves you've made on the restarts. Obviously, you've been caught up in a few incidents tonight, but you've made up all the ground and then some. Can you make up all the remaining spots on this restart?
I'm really hoping for a couple short restarts because, again, that's the wheelhouse where the car wants to work for me. I sent it too hard after a while. It wants to break up, and I have a lot of ex-girlfriends, so I can understand the feeling. So we're hoping that a couple more short restarts right here, and I can make some noise. It would be cool to get a back-to-back win and to take all the All-Star weekend. I don't think I can do it, though, because Gibson, that guy, has a rocket ship under the hood, and that thing's gone. So I don't know. We're gonna race hell and praise down and see what we can do. But I'm glad we're making it a show. We're having a blast, man. We're just trying to keep it as clean as possible.
If it comes down to the last lap and you're battling for the win, are we going to see the man slam in effect?
Oh, full man slam. And I'll probably be over the mic going, "Yeah!" as we do it. Like, oh no! It's the kind of crazy cowboy noses, We're bucking 8 seconds and we're going to see if we can hold on,
Well, good luck, buddy. It has been awesome watching your charging.
Hey, man, appreciate it.
William Mann Jr. just said, raise hell, praise Dale. We're going to send it, and they are going to have just over 10 laps to go. Can he get by and take the lead here? Ray Hillhouse got the short end of the stick on that last incident, currently sitting back in 15th. He's got a long way to go, but as fast as he's been tonight, could very well make up the ground. Harley Barletta is now back in 10th place. He had to check up. Albie Hewins in 9th and Gerald Poole back in 17th, repaired and coming around. So Thanos still in it. As many spots as we've seen guys pick up on restarts tonight, I don't think anybody on the lead lap is out of this race yet. Nicole Kriesel currently sits in 16th after getting caught up in that incident as well. Pace car is in. Gibson on the high line controls the restart. Here they come. Green flag in the air. Junior makes a good run on the high side, making the move for second beside Austin Abel. Can he make it stick off turn 2? Abel pulls it out. Dan Tuma now up and we've got a wreck behind. Mark Nelson is in it. Harley Barletta's in it. Hillhouse drives straight up the middle. Caution is out. Looks like it started with Nick Marco. Richie West, looks like Richie may have pushed up a little bit into Marco. And wow. See if we can get a look at this as it started. There you see Richie West leaning on him. Mark Nelson was loose off 2 that time as well. Mark was all the way down on the apron and still get caught. I guarantee you Mark did not see that one coming. Nicole Kriesel and John Schmidt also caught up in it. Nicole manages to get it stopped. She actually negotiates her. No, she doesn't. Almost. And let's watch Ray Hillhouse's drive through this. Actually, you know what? Let's ride along with Hillhouse as he comes through this mess. And the water's just part for Ray. I did say a minute ago, anybody on the lead lap is not out of this yet. A lot of cars on pit road. William Mann Sr., Brian Oshinska, Nicole Kreitzel, John Schmidt, Mark Nelson, Harley Barletta did tow to pit road. His chances for a win may be gone. Gerald Poole, after the previous incident, has recovered. He is up into 9th. Hillhouse now up to 8th. Albie Ewens in 7th. Richie West in 6th. Richie did go back down pit road under that previous call. Richie did go back down pit road under that previous caution on lap 52, so he's got 4 fresh tires. Kevin Reed now up into 5th. They'll have about 6 or 7 laps to go when the green flag drops. This last bit of the race, expect it to be a lot of excitement, maybe a bit of chaos, and no telling what the outcome is going to be. Still showing about 16 cars on the lead lap, and as we've seen, if they're still on the lead lap, they're still in the fight tonight. Twin Ring Motegi, the oval has definitely put on a show tonight. Multiple grooves through both ends of the track. The egg-shaped track with different radiuses on the turns. Turns 3 and 4 not being nearly as wide as turns 1 and 2. It has meant excitement since the drop of the green. We've had some long runs. We've had some guys charge through the field. We've had some guys fall back. We've seen some guys get loose and just drift it through turns tonight. Barney giving them the 1 to green here. Stephen Gibson and Austin Habel will have the front row. William Mann Jr., Mark Dantuma on the second. Kevin Reed, Richie West on the third. Albie Ewens, Ray Hillhouse on the fourth. Gerald Poole and Brian Oshinska now back up into the top 10. Stephen Gibson will control the restart this time. John Schmidt is still on the lead lap, however, he is missing his entire front clip. He is likely not going to have enough speed to stay with the pack. Pace car is in. Gibson in control. He fires. Green is in the air. William Mann Jr. trying that attack. Oh, look at this. Austin Habel trying to block both lines. Dantuma and Jr. cannot go anywhere. Richie West trying to make a move around Kevin Reed. Hillhouse now up to 7th trying to charge. Albie Ewens up to 8th. Brian Oshinska and Gerald Poole battling to stay in the top 10. And it'll be 5 to go, this time by Austin Abel not letting Gibson get far away. Dan Tuma and William Mann Jr. battling it out. Dan Tuma gets the run off turn 2, leaves the door open. Kevin Reed looks inside. Ray Hillhouse trying to make a move on Richie West. Albie Hewins looks low. Hillhouse gets down before Albie can. Gerald Poole now battling with Mark Nelson. Mark trying to get into the top 10. Stephen Gibson just set the fastest lap of the race with 4 laps to go. Richie West making a move underneath William Mann Jr. Ray Hillhouse is there as well. And here comes Albie Hewins up on the high side. Mark Dantuma just beat Gibson's fastest lap as he battles with Austin Habel for second. Stephen Gibson looking in the mirror, sees him battling it out. Here comes Kevin Reed. Gibson able to open up a bit of a gap. Stephen Gibson comes out of turn 4, sees popsicle sticks in the air. It'll be 2 to go at the line. Abel now in third has to deal with Kevin Reed. Dan Tuma up to second. Hillhouse has managed to fight his way back into the top 5. Richie West sits in 6th. Mark Nelson sits back in 7th. Albie Hewins trying to take 7th, gets loose off turn 2. And out of turn 4, the white flag will fly. 1 more lap to go. What an all-star race it has been tonight. Hillhouse battling for 4th with Kevin Reed. Gibson has the lead. Dan Tuma in 2nd. Habel in. Oh no, Kevin and Hillhouse get together. Richie West now to 4th. Mark Nelson in 5th. Last lap chaos. And here they come. Stephen Gibson will win the All-Star event at Twin Ring Motegi. Mark Dantuma comes home in 2nd. Austin Habel in 3rd. Mark Nelson finishes 4th. Richie West comes home in 5th. What a finish. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3, starting with Austin Habel. Hey, Austin, it's Doug. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that was, man, that last restart, you had to fight everybody.
Man, no words can tell how hard these restarts were this whole night. My brain stops working, man.
Man, you had an awesome run, obviously up there battling in the top 5. Oh, William Mann found you. Well, you did get your man slam for the night. Don't you feel better now?
Oh, the man slam always comes.
It does. There is no avoiding it. Man, a great run tonight. Congratulations, a podium finish. You've got to be happy with that, especially at this track.
Yeah, this track was very hard. Especially with the braking zone going into turns 3 and 4, it was easy to really wear your tires over there.
Well, man, you got it done. Congratulations, buddy.
All right, thank you, man.
Austin Habel comes home 3rd. Mark Dantuma gets a 2nd place finish. Mark, will we see you in a Chevy going forward, given the fact you got that second place finish in a Chevy?
Unfortunately, no. My sponsor wants me in a Ford, so if he's paying the bills, he gets what he wants.
Well, honestly, that was an awesome run, especially after that last restart. You pick up a lot of positions there and had to fight pretty hard just to get to second.
Yeah, it was a tough battle. I just wished I had a little something for the 00 because he was on fire.
He definitely was, but man, you put on one heck of a show. You fought your way back a couple of times, and obviously that Chevy power benefiting you tonight.
Definitely did the trick for me.
Congratulations, man. A great run tonight.
Thank you, Doug.
And finally, let's see if we can talk to our winner. Steven, you win the All-Star event at Motegi, and that had to have been a really nice race. You didn't have to do too much battling once you got off the line.
Yeah, it was pretty nice race. It was fun racing with everybody. It was I was hoping that, you know, there wasn't going to be so many cautions we can get a green flag run there, but we got a good enough one in the beginning of the race, and then it was just kind of up to just people just, you know, managing to save their tires, just not burn them off every time, and yeah.
Man, it was a very dominant night for you, and obviously you're having a great season overall going into next week. Obviously, you're going to be somebody we'll watch the rest of the season, but you definitely have something to celebrate here tonight.
Yeah, probably about to go pop some beers and get the party started here in a little bit. It was the first win, I think, in BR I've ever gotten, so go ahead and celebrate that, and hopefully you get to celebrate many more.
Well, man, your first win in BRR gets you a trophy as well. Congratulations, Steven. You are the All-Star.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Steven Gibson wins a Wild All-Star event at Motegi. Probably the first time we've ever broadcast a oval race at Motegi. It did not disappoint. There was some awesome racing all night long. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night. Jones BS Racing, the Legends cars, followed by the Touring Mods. Always a great show. And hey, this week, not a lot of broadcasts. You might just see me in the car. If you're really, really lucky, you might even get to see Angie driving Thursday night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all had as much fun as I did. Thank you for joining the BRR All-Star event tonight. Have a great night, everybody.